Right, so I've just started on the last of the three new raised beds to prep them to put the cover on, and courier's arrived with a new box. So we're going to see the plants that are in this one. Always packaged really well. Delivered in excellent condition as always. Right, so what I've got delivered are two Chamaerops palms, and these are hardy palms as well. Really stiff leaves, and you can see by the difference now with the Chamaerops and I think to the Trachycarpus fortunei. Fortunei, it can actually grow in water, in swampy conditions and damp conditions, and it can grow in shade, semi-shade. Whereas these, the Chamaerops, they like really dry conditions. Okay, and lots of stone, lots of aggregate mixed in with it. And this one here, and you can see the blue on the palms here, and there's a spear coming up as well, which is a good sign it's growing, and it's showing out pups on the sides. And this one is Cerifera, Chamaerops cerifera. And the other type here is much greener. See the difference, the colours. This is the Chamaerops Vulcano, and again it likes really dry conditions, lots of stone mixed in there. So they are different. It has different needs, I suppose, to the Trachycarpus. See all the kind of a dusty, dry clay that's come off the pots when I opened it up. And this is all just, they're not single stems. It's just a mass of stems coming out. Not too sure if this is the natural habit of its growth to have all these exposed here, but anyway, just see some roots here as well. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to pot these up into bigger pots, because they're going to be in these pots, in the bigger pots, with lots of sand and gravel, a little bit of compost over winter and into the spring. Chamaerops Vulcano. Now there is a third one as well. It's the Chamaerops humilis, and they're actually readily available in the garden centres in Ireland. So I'll be buying the Chamaerops humilis here in Ireland, but I haven't seen these two varieties over here, so that's why I got these. So Chamaerops Vulcano and Cerifera, all the way from in France, and the courier is DPD, and the plants are always exceptional, and they always arrive in great condition, and they're transported in great condition as well. So highly recommended, highly recommended. And I'm going to show you where these are to be planted up next spring. Right, so this is what I'm looking for here. I'm going to be planting them up along that retaining wall here in the dry bed, and they're going to be smack bang in the sunshine, early morning right through the evening. And I'm just going to space them out, and the humilis will be put over here, There's no point in putting these palms really close together, even though their growth isn't, they're not going to be a huge tall palm like Trachycarpus fortunei. They will branch out to the left and to the right and all around it, so they're going to be spreading out. Now this is over a lifetime. They will actually, if they're still alive, they can fill up this area here. Okay, now, yeah, so along that wall, so we put in the Humilis, Vulcano and Cerifera, and you can see from distance the colours of the blue and the green, and they'll be here in the dry bed. But they won't be planted up for a while. But they're going to be in a spot here, getting full sun. Right, so back to the raised bed here, and last of the onset bananas have to come out, giving everything a trim. I've left this growing here. This is a Musalacia one of them, the one that Max went at, and I'm just going to let that keep pulling in light, keep growing as much as possible. More than likely it's going to die off anyway, but definitely want this banana to survive. This is Strelitza, and it's actually grown since I've been a little bit bashed from the winds and stuff, but it has grown since I've put it in. Definitely a lot of development here in this area. It's after thickening up, but this won't survive outdoors here, and I'm going to pot this up and bring it into the house and leave it on the windowsill over the winter and see how it gets on. Now, it survived on the windowsill all winter last year, so we'll see how it gets on with this winter. Right, so that's the last onset put in there now. That's the three of them. Let that drain out upside down. Vitally important that you drain them upside down first. And what I've done now is I've taken that Jack's Giant colicasia that was in the corner here, and I've put it into this corner here, and the grass that wasn't doing really well, I'm going to give it it's going to be getting a full whack of the sun here. So hopefully that's giving it a haircut, and that's going to do really well. Like the other onset bananas, I won't be putting them back into these beds because I was saying in that one it kind of overshadowed the Musalacia carpa, which I wanted to be the main kind of feature, which I've moved into the middle. This Musalacia carpet, fingers crossed now, makes it through the winter. Should do, going under the covers, and I'll fleece it up if it needs it. But the onset actually overshadowed this new Canna colicasia, Canna, which had really similar colours to it, and by the end of the summer we couldn't tell which was which between the two. So that will be basically surrounded by green next season, and it'll stand out a lot more. Now I've got to make the cover. Right, so that's the last one done and dusted. That'll have time to hopefully dry out with this early winter coming in. Still get some nice daylight, some sunshine, and that bed can dry up. As expected, these beds here You can tell by the bricks here that they're bone dry. These beds will start to dry up. So the only thing for these beds now is if there's snow and ice, is to put the insulation in. So I can pack that with straw and agri fleece. They're going to be dry anyway, but they're not wrapped up like a bag of Uncle Ben's rice, because they're all going to have airflow. And the airflow will keep it nice and dry. And the sheets, I ran out of sheets. Had to go up and get another 6 foot length. There's obviously different gauges or sturdiness, like this. The original sheets I got them were 12 foot sheets, and they're rigid. And I cut them down into the 6 foots. And this 6 foot length here, I had to cut a bit off, or it's just short of 6 foot. And very cheap, but you can see how kind of flexible it is. But it doesn't matter, and it'll do the job. So just recycle the delivery box, take all the tape off. Tape here. And all the cuttings going in on top. Layered up brown material, green material. That'll be breaking down over months, and I'll start turning it. What I will be doing with this old sheet here, I'm going to clean it up, give it a wash. It's a 12 foot sheet there, and I'll be cutting that into sections, and I'm going to use that for covering up the agave. So 1, 2, 3, 4 agave. Max 10 months now, and he's covered in muck. Himself and Nina. Yeah. Good boy. Oi. Knock the phone out of my hand. 10 months and he's getting big. Nina, come on. The two of them are covered in muck. Look at her. Alright, come on. Yeah, that's the job done for the morning.